Hi everyone, welcome to Let's Celebrate TV Live. I'm your host, Peter Lee. With me, as always, is the guy who makes it all happen. You know him, you love him. He's my husband, my director, and my everything. It's Phil Gordimer.
And good afternoon, good morning, good evening, wherever you're watching us from, whether it's live or on replay. And welcome to the East Coast, where it's cold.
Now, normally we open with a cocktail or a bottle of champagne. We're going a little different today because our topic is about something a little different. So today we're going to be enjoying 2020 Cabernet Franc from our very favorite winery in the entire world, the Old Fields out on Long Island. So shout out to Roz and Perry, and special thanks go to our friends Lance and Ken. If you're watching, thank you, because they drove out for us and picked up our wine that we couldn't get out there to get, and they delivered it to us last night. So thank you guys. So let's pour this. And Cab Franc is our favorite wine of all time as well. So it's kind of hard to see in these snowman glasses, but oh well. Shall I deliver, dear, or
I'm coming.
You're going to come over and get it? Okay.
Now that I can walk.
Yes. Yes.
Looks
Looks
good.
good. Okay. Here we go. Cheers to you.
All right, back to my control room.
Yeah, product placement.
There you go.
So why we have that camera over there, right? Okay, so shall we get started? Do you have any PSAs or anything like that?
No, not today.
And do we know who's here? Are there anyone?
Well, wait till we get a few more people. We only have 8 people watching right now.
Okay.
But once we get a few, we'll ask where everyone is watching from, and we'll build a map.
Very good.
We have an interesting start one here.
Yeah. Hi all, watching all the way from Myanmar, but falling asleep because it's 3 a.m., so I'll be watching the replay. I'm trying to catch the lives, but bad timing in Asia, haha. Ling Yang Wolf. Well, thank you. Thank you very much for staying up all night to see us. All right, so our topic today is cooking small for Thanksgiving. Over the years, I don't know how many times people have asked me about, it's only 2 of us, it's only 3 of us, I hate Thanksgiving, I cook. What? What are you pointing at? Oh, you're still here. Awesome. Very good. Thank you so much. Thank you. So cooking small for Thanksgiving, it is kind of a challenge for people. You know, like my mom, once all the kids were grown and it was just a couple of us every year, she would still make these giant meals, and she'd say, I don't know how to do it any other way. A couple years when it was just she and my dad, they think they went out, but yeah, she would still cook these giant meals, and it'd be like, there's just 4 of us here, Mom. Did you need a 28-pound turkey? Like, you know, come on. So let's start talking about that, cooking small. It's just 3 of us here, so why bother making a fuss at any holiday? It's just another day. Oh, Anita, that makes me sad. That really does make me sad. We want to take the time. It's important, whether it's one of you, whether it's one person, whether it's 2 people, 3 people, however many. Take that time, make the fuss, especially if it's just you, it's just yourself. Make a fuss over yourself, absolutely. So we love it. It's a lot of times it's just Phil and I for the holidays, and we still make a fuss, the 2 of us. We've had many Christmases all just alone, and it's crazy, the stuff we go through, but we love it.
There might be a competition once in a while.
There might be. There might be. So let's just talk first, maybe some general tips about how do I even approach it? How do you approach doing a smaller Thanksgiving, or smaller, any type of celebration? So the first thing you want to do, I think, is make that effort and make it special. It doesn't matter, like don't worry about the food for a moment or anything else, but make it special. Set a nice table. I know some of us out there are paper plate warriors, like our friend Ron, who lives on paper plates, and that's great, but then at least get your very best paper plates. You know, sit down at your table, don't eat over the sink, sit down at the table, set your place setting, and just make yourself feel a little good maybe. Make a little effort for yourself or for you and your whomever else you're with. I would say an easy way to do it is to take a traditional menu, whatever your traditions are for a Thanksgiving menu. You know, turkey, mashed potatoes, stuffing, yams, the whole bit. Cut it down. Do a little math. Math is hard, but look at your recipes. Most things are easy to cut in half or into even down about to a quarter if it's just like two of you. It's very easy to cut recipes down like that for most things. You're going to say something, dear?
No.
Oh, you had a look on your face like you're about to say something. Okay, Mia says it's just two of us now. So we have the best Thanksgiving traditions, reservations. That's, yeah. Well, you know, why not? I wouldn't like that because I just love to cook. But yeah, I think my mom and dad did that maybe once or twice, but she would complain that she always had to cook the dinner, and then she would complain when she didn't get to cook the dinner. So, you know.
And we did it once. A couple of years ago. It was just you and I. We went into Chelsea in New York.
True, we did. We spent a weekend in New York.
Food Network and all sorts of cool stuff.
The one year we took your mom on the Spirit of Philadelphia cruise, dinner cruise for Thanksgiving. That was a hoot. Okay, so that's one way to do it. So how do you do it besides cutting the recipes down? What about the turkey? Lots of options. Lots of options for the turkey. First of all, you can get smaller turkeys. This is what we're going to talk about now. Is the first thing I want to tell you is this is why I say make friends with your butcher. The butcher in your supermarket or the Amish market or the farmer's market, wherever it is you shop and buy your meats, get to know those butchers because you'll be able to special order things. So maybe they don't have 9 or 10 pound turkeys laying around, but you could say, hey, George the butcher or Sam the butcher, this is what I need. They are happy to cut things down for you, especially if you give them enough advance notice. So you could ask them, say, I want to order a turkey of this size. Can you get it and then cut it down into pieces for me, into, you know, like they would a chicken. They're happy to do that. But, you know, a smaller turkey, you could special order in advance, I'm sure. You may not, if you wait until the week of Thanksgiving, you might be out of luck, so do that much earlier.
And most grocery stores already sell turkey legs and turkey breasts. As a matter of fact, we just picked up, they call them turkey pork chop or turkey chops.
We'll get to that, dear.
Oh, okay.
We're getting that. So yeah, so you can do that. But what else do you have? There's other alternatives to doing a whole turkey. Maybe it's just two of you. You don't want to cook even a small turkey. You could cook a roast chicken, a larger oven stuffer roaster. But if you don't even want to do that, you can get individual turkey parts. Maybe you want the turkey but not the whole thing. So you can get just a turkey breast, which is exactly that. It's still in the bone, but it doesn't have legs or wings or thighs or anything. Or sometimes you can find boneless, skinless turkey breasts. Sometimes they'll call them turkey London broils. And if your supermarket doesn't do that, I'm sure, again, ask the butcher. They'll be happy to do one for you. They just cut the breast meat off like you would a chicken. It's just a little bigger with a turkey. And that would save you from having to buy a whole giant turkey. So keep working with your butcher. Another alternative, and I have said this many times, and I have some cooking right now, is little game hens. They're perfect when it's just 2 or 3 or 4 of you. Oh, there we go. Stuffed Cornish game hen gives the feel of a turkey without all the work plus easy portion control. Yes. And sometimes some of the larger ones, you can cut it in half and split it with someone. We do that quite often. But yeah, that is another great. And then little game hens are a little easier. You can stuff them. They cook a little better. But, you know, like turkey or chicken, aromatics.
And if the weather's still good enough,
do them on the grill.
They do really well on the grill.
Yes, they do. Yep. Yes, they absolutely do. So yeah, I have a couple game hens cooking. I got a little while to go. Hopefully they'll be done by, say, 4 or 4:15, so you can see them.
What are we having with those Cornish game hens?
Then I will stop talking and let's do a little more cooking. I'm going to make a little side dish for us. And this kind of works into the next step, which is Go non-traditional and get creative. We're gonna make a little salad today.
Hold, please.
Oh my goodness, really?
My wine's empty.
Well, not quite. I'm glad we have, what, 4 bottles of that? Because I don't think I'm gonna get much more of this one.
Well, what can I say? Running those buttons in the control panel is hard work.
I know. And I am regretting, though, brushing my teeth right before we did this live stream because it's not as wonderful on top of toothpaste.
Well, that's more for me then.
Yeah, well, I should
Just saying.
let you deal with bad breath. Anyway. So, I'm going to make a Brussels sprout salad. Now, I know we've done Brussels sprouts in the past. I don't think we've done a salad. Or did we?
I think the last episode we did was roasted Brussels sprouts with pomegranate.
We'll have to look and see if we've done a salad. I feel like we might have done, but maybe we can redo it. Who cares? Anyway, I have here some Brussels sprouts, but look, they're all kind of shredded up. How did I get here? You know what Brussels sprouts look like. Here they are. I was going to buy one on the big stalk today, but I decided not to. But it's easy. I just like to cut off some of the core and the stem carefully from pole to pole. I have a flat, turn it so it's flat, and you just shred down, just like you would if you were doing cabbage. And essentially, these are just little baby cabbages. So you can do this with your knife like I am. You can do it in a food processor. You can do it on a mandolin, carefully, one at a time, but very carefully. And they don't have to be perfect. And as you toss them with other things, they'll break apart more. Okay. So this is probably, I don't know, it's a 2-pound bag of Brussels that I bought. So this is probably a little less than half of that. But just enough for 2 of us. And we eat a lot of salad. So this may be a little more than the average 2 or 3 people, but this is a nice little amount. It's kind of boring, just shredded Brussels sprouts. So let's add some flavors. First, let's add a little zing. I have some red onion, finely diced. And I did that very finely because I didn't want big hunks of red onion overpowering everything. But I wanted that little pop of zing, of bite that you'll get from this. So we'll put some of these in. This was, I think, about 1/2 of a red onion. I'm not going to use all of it. You could, if you wanted. Now, let's add a little more color and a little sweetness to start to balance against that red onion. Shredded carrots, why not? This is just 1 carrot that I peeled, shredded on a box grater. Okay. How about Joe Brennan? Hi, Peter and Phil. Love some Thanksgiving followed by a nap. Yes, sir, Joe. Yes, we do too. We should, yeah. Next up would be more sweetness and a little different texture. I'm going to put in some cranberries, dry cranberries. Normally, I might do this with pomegranate seeds. I could get them today, so cranberries it is. You could do cherries. You could do dried apricots, whatever you like. I have a little more crunch because as if the Brussels sprouts aren't crunchy enough, I've got some toasted pumpkin seeds, or pepitas, I think they call them. We'll just put some of them in. Again, you could use walnuts, hazelnuts, pine nuts, whatever you like. I'm going to give us a little salt and pepper. I'm going to give it a toss. See if we can get all these colors distributed. Is this an official LCTV recipe? No, I made this up on the spot about an hour before this live stream started. I thought, let's just toss all this together. So it could be a future LCTV episode. All right, that's looking pretty good. Let's put the rest of these in. They look like just rubies all throughout it. That's better. Now, how would you dress this? You could use whatever type of dressing you like. I'm going to use today one of our favorite yogurt-based creamy dressings. I know. Pete, you're not making your own. I might some other day. Today I'm going to use this. Call it a shortcut. But you could do a vinaigrette if you like. However you like to do it. Oops. How are we doing? Oh, okay. I wasn't paying attention to the timer. Okay, hold on. Let's give you a few more minutes. I don't believe you're done yet.
Is your probe down here?
Yes, dear. Hold on. Okay, there we
So I
go.
have to do a song and a dance now to...
No, it's all good.
Oh, okay.
All right. So this is all dressed. Shall we have this now or with the chicky? I'll have with the chicky.
Yeah, we'll make,
All right.
make a nice plate.
All right. I have more to put into this, but at the end. So this will just sit. We're going to let all these little flavors get together. And this is one of those things you could assemble the night before. If you do it like a coleslaw, you could even dress it the night before because that will make some of the things a little more tender. But definitely this is a do-ahead dish for Thanksgiving because even if you're only cooking for 2 or 3 or 4, a small crowd, you want it to be as stress-free as possible. So always do whatever you can in advance. And do what I did here with all my little ingredients, mise en place, right? I said that last time. Okay. Back to the schedule. Lori, my family won't eat a whole pie before it goes bad. Any suggestions for a pumpkin dessert? Well, yeah, there's my ginger pumpkin mousse that we just did. But you could also get, there's lots of pumpkin desserts out there. You could do a pumpkin cheesecake. That would be nice. If you couldn't eat your family a whole cheesecake before it went bad, make mini ones. Make mini pumpkin pies. You can freeze them afterwards, in a little mini muffin tin or a regular muffin tin. You can do small individual ones. And then, if you do 12, eat 6 of them, freeze the other 6, and then, a week down the road or 2 days down the road, you pull them out, you thaw them, and heat them up a bit, and there you go.
Our particular grocery store actually specializes in selling half pies and quarter pies.
Yes, our Amish market, the bakery there, yeah. Oh, that is good. Okay, where were we? Getting creative, non-traditional.
Where were we? We were drinking wine.
So who all is here? Do we know yet?
Well, I can't see. We have 14 people on, so
Oh, wow.
I'll tell you what.
Okay.
Let's do our little... So let me just post this for a second.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so...
Well, I have some water.
Just let us know where you're watching from. And in the comments or in the chat, just put watching from, and then we'll build a map of where everyone is, where they're watching from.
Okay. I'm curious if some of our regulars here, I am glad that Joe and Peggy are here. That's awesome. That makes my day. And I'm so impressed by our new viewer from Asia. Kevin Gordimer, we here. Good boy. Thank you, Kev. All right, so getting creative, let's go non-traditional. Maybe you really don't want to cook a turkey or you can't find turkey pieces, whatever. How about doing things like turkey soup? You can always find, turkey, the drumsticks or the thighs. You can always find them. Turkey soup, turkey pot pie, you can usually get ground turkey. You could do meatballs. You could do a meatloaf. You could do individual meatloaves. Get creative. If all you can find or all you can afford is a couple pounds of ground turkey, then get creative with it. Yeah, we said that.
I know that. I'm just putting it up because a bunch more people just jumped into
Oh, that's awesome.
on the live stream.
Okay, I'll take it.
So every so often, I'm going to do this again since we have quite a few people watching live.
Yep.
As a matter of fact, it looks like our Facebook group is going to catch up with us
Oh, good.
before the YouTube group.
Very good. So yeah, ground turkey is always a great option. Just recently, I bought some because we like it once in a while, but I thought, I don't want a turkey burger. They're good, but what do I do? So I made spicy turkey meatballs, serve them over polenta. and it was amazing. Of course, I didn't write down exactly what I did, so that'll have to be a future episode after I make it a couple more times. So yeah, Kevin, maybe you guys need to come over and try them for dinner one night. Milton, we don't like leftovers, so cooking a whole turkey isn't practical for us. Yeah, I hear that. I hear that a lot, and we're often like that. It's good the first day. It's okay the second day, but when you get to day 3 or 4, it's like, you open the fridge, like, I can't look at turkey again. So yeah, but there are lots of other options. One little great thing that I found, which is here. These are turkey breast chops. So what this is, should I unwrap it and show them?
Sure.
Yeah, I can always vacuum seal it. This is essentially, they took a turkey breast, they took the meat off the bone and took the skin off, and then they sliced it into these little chops. So you could cook these as is. You could do them on the grill. You could dredge them in flour and saute them. You could pound them out flat like you would a chicken cutlet or a veal cutlet. Treat them that way. So this is a great alternative, and not at all. This was $7, and it's almost, it's a little over a pound of turkey. So not terribly expensive, but for a small amount, it would be perfect. 2 of these little cutlets if there's just 2 of you. But if you're cooking for more, you could get a couple packages. So that's some of those kind of creative things that the stores do that you could look for. You've probably seen them and ignored them. I know I have until I started thinking about doing this live stream, and I thought, well, what do you do? The other thing I think that's very important for Thanksgiving, especially when you're doing it for a smaller crowd, you know what? Screw the turkey, screw it all. Make what you want. There's no reason that we have to have turkey on Thanksgiving Day. It's not a law, it's just a thing. So make what you want. Maybe you want a steak, maybe you want burgers, or ribs, or something else. Mona says baked ham is simpler. You can get it all sizes. It is no fuss in the oven. Yes, exactly. People do. Yeah, do a ham. Do a leg of lamb if that's what you want. Make a meatloaf. Elizabeth, I make braised turkey legs, easy and fast in the Instant Pot. Okay, yeah, that's great. Great tip. A lot of those turkey legs, it's like, okay, you roast them, but yeah, there's all kinds of using a slow cooker or an Instant Pot, something like that to do them. So you can do really anything you want. The whole point of it is that you're stepping back, you're slowing down, you're taking the time to sit down and pamper yourself maybe, pamper the 2 or 3 or 4 other people that you're with. You're making that effort to celebrate that, we're together, or I'm here alone and I have it pretty good.
Oh, I like this one. This is a great idea.
Don't laugh, but we do gourmet turkey burgers with lots of stuff. That's excellent. Yeah, because you don't have to have just a plain old turkey burger, dry and crumbly. Yeah, do them up gourmet style. Put all kinds of stuff in them. Get creative. Get silly with it. That's the whole point. What else, dear? I know there were, because we had a lot sent into us.
I know. I'm trying to move through the list here. Mm-hmm. All right, here we go.
Okay. My wife and I alternate being in charge of each holiday and try to outdo each other, even though it's just the 2 of us. Maybe we should try that one year, dear.
Because we have never done that.
We've never.
For those that are watching this live, the 19 of you, tell us in chat what you would cook if you weren't cooking turkey.
That's a good question. Very good question. 86 to turkey. What else you got?
Oh, this is pretty cool.
What? Ryan, as a college student that didn't go home, I would order those Thanksgiving to-go meals at the local supermarket and share with my roommate. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, that's always an option too. A lot of the supermarkets have those, and they specialize sometimes in small catered, prepared dinners for, a small amount. So that's another good option. I mean, I know I would never do it, but our local ShopRite, we use their catering service quite a lot. And What we do is buy a smaller turkey and eat the breast on the day, leftover breast for turkey, cranberry sandwiches the next, and dark meat we make it into turkey noodle soup with bones and bone broth. We're also done tandoori chicken marinated in yogurt and tandoori spices, which became a holiday favorite. That sounds delicious, tandoori chicken. Yeah, absolutely. And you're right, Lynn, that's a great way. You know, if you do have a whole turkey, there's lots of ways to use up the leftovers. I think we did a live stream last year, the year before, all about leftovers and what do you do the day after?
If it's Thanksgiving and there's turkey and there's mashed potatoes, there might have to be mashed potato sandwiches with
I'm going to need some more wine with that if we're going to have that
turkey.
discussion again, please. Mashed potato sandwiches are just wrong. I don't care what you say. But I will allow it this year because it's the holidays and
blah, blah, blah. Well, Michelle will be here, so.
I know. I will allow it because Michelle's going to be here. So yeah, catering or when there's pre-made meals is another option. Going out to dinner is another option. But I really prefer how you could get creative with, maybe I don't want turkey. Maybe I want fried chicken, or maybe I do want turkey. Gourmet turkey burgers. Absolutely. We may have to do that. Maybe, well, I can't say it for Christmas because we're going to want our rib roast for Christmas because heaven forbid. Colleen, we don't cook at home anymore. We volunteer to serve food at a homeless shelter. Wow, that just gives me all the feels. That's wonderful. That is a wonderful thing. And that's a great idea too. Sure. That's mind-blowing. Thank you, Colleen. We know other people who do things like that too, who are watching. But yeah. I would hope though that you still reward yourself at some point with a little feast. So, you got more? Valerie, I am single, Chinese buffet time. Yeah, why not? Are they open? I guess they would be open on Thanksgiving.
Sure, because
They would,
Christmas
yeah.
Day is the biggest day for Chinese buffets because all of us Jews, we go there.
I never let you do that anymore, do I?
Now, wait a minute, I think this sounds like Joe Brennan.
Bill, we're football people on T-Day. It is usually tailgate food. That could be, if I liked football, that would be an option. But why not? How you celebrate Thanksgiving
I see a football, wait a minute, let me put that back up. I see a football and a pizza emoji there.
Yeah. Turkey pizza? Turkey on pizza?
Oh, this is one close to your heart
What?
because we had the same issue.
I tried to do duck for us for last year, and although the right size, it was way too much work. Frankly, it wasn't that good. Duck can be tricky, and there are certain things you have to do to it. I would bet you, if you learn to cook it, you're gonna love it. It does take a little different techniques. So that's something I say a lot is, Thanksgiving Day is not the time to try something brand new recipe. Try it a few times before that. I'm going to take these out and check them, dear, because they are looking good. So let me get my little hot pads out. And my little oven mitts. Because, yeah, asbestos hands, but there's a practical limit. Let's see how the chickies are doing. I don't believe they're done yet, but
Give it a poke.
yes, dear. Especially this big one. There's always one that is bigger than the other. And that just annoys me to no end. Do, 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 do. La, la, la.
This is 171 to me.
Yep.
Try the big part of the breast of the other one.
Really? I've never done this before.
No, you haven't.
Brand new at this. Yep. Well, 17. All right, holding at 172, 171.
Yeah, it just didn't get as dark because it wasn't a high roasting temperature.
Yeah, there's still some
We did 350 versus.
redness inside, but the juices, other than that, the juices are running clear. There's just some redness in the cavity. All right, well, we're just gonna let these rest. No, well, wait, I'm getting, now it's falling.
All right, so put it back in at like 400 for like 5
160.
minutes.
Yeah, and the thighs are 160. We can just put it back in. I don't think I need to up the temp. I don't
We
want
got
to get
Peggy
to...
here.
Huh?
We have Peggy here.
Oh, hi, Peggy. Yes. Give me a moment. Give me a moment, ma petite. All right. Yeah, I don't want to up the temperature because I don't want it to get smoky down here, since the ventilation is sketchy. So we'll do 375. How about that? Is that acceptable?
Yeah,
Okay. Okay. There we go.
I'll just drink more wine in the
More
interim.
wine. Okay, Peggy. Thanksgiving Day appetizers for 5 people. Lots of them. You know, any appetizer is fine. But if you want to go a little different,
Oops, sorry. Wrong button.
that's okay. That's okay. I can share some of what I'm making this time. I'm assuming your kids are involved, so I don't know how adventurous your kids are to eating, but well, except for Valen, I know Valen eats everything. You know, you could do like a smoked salmon mousse, or even just some smoked salmon with a dill sauce on some cucumber. That's nice and light. You can make a small amount of them. You can do, if you want a hot appetizer, you could do Devils on Horseback, which we made last time, and we did an episode about that, which is, you know, a date stuffed with blue cheese wrapped in bacon. How easy is that? And again, you can do as little or as many as you want. You can make them a little spicy. You can keep them on the sweeter side, sweet and smoky, you know, so you can play with that a bit. So I would do stuff like that for 5 people especially. Anything that you can control how much you want to make. If you're following a recipe and it says this makes 185 pieces, just forget it. Or,
Sounds like Aspen Hill shrimp, you know, shrimp and garlic to me.
well, yeah, that's a good idea, dear. You could do Aspen Hill shrimp. It is Thanksgiving. I'm sure your kids eat shrimp. We love you too. So let's talk about some menu ideas, because I always get asked, what should I make? So last year, it was just me and Phil for Thanksgiving. And while I don't remember if this is exactly what I made, this is what I had in my notes from last year. So we started out with champagne and oysters on the half shell. That I do remember.
Yes, because
Yeah.
I was shucking away.
Yeah, and we only got 2 dozen and we should have gotten more. I don't know why we didn't get more, but...
Well, and it took me about a half a dozen to get used to shucking them
Well,
without breaking
you were
them.
out of practice, so we need to have oysters more often. Let's see. So we had champagne and oysters on the half shell. Then we had grilled Cornish game hens. I remember we grilled them. I made, it says peaty succotash. So that was my own version. You know, succotash, corn, and lima beans. As I recall, I did it with edamame and red peppers and onions and grilled corn. And then I just took the succotash idea and added flavors I thought would be good. Some fresh parsley, lemon. So, yeah, let's get creative. What else did we have? We had Brussels sprouts and cranberry slaw. So I made a version of this. And then for dessert, as empty nesters, we stopped. All right, as empty nesters, we stopped making turkey years ago. A good quality piece of beef and some great wine is all we want. Hey, why not? Why not? That sounds good to me. But that's our Christmas.
We've done prime rib for Thanksgiving when it was just us.
We did?
Yeah,
Okay, there have been so many Thanksgivings, I don't remember.
and there's been so many prime ribs.
True. For dessert last year, though, I do remember because I made pumpkin ice cream. And that was amazing. And we had coffee and cognac and
Oh,
ate all the ice cream.
here's a discussion point coming up.
Oh dear.
because it's unique to us in this area.
Bob, instead of cooking for myself, I just go to Wawa for a gobbler. Okay. All right. For those of you not in the greater Philadelphia area, you're going, that blankety blank is a Wawa, W-A-W-A. So Wawa is a chain of convenience stores / deli. They actually started in Wawa, Pennsylvania. And Wawa, I believe, at least when I worked for them 40 years ago, and this was the corporate thing, they told us that Wawa was some Indian tribe up there and the name meant flying goose, which is their logo. So if you're in this area, there's Wawas on almost every corner. They have incredible coffee, pretty good sandwiches, and they do other food. They're constantly changing and updating. Kevin Gordimer, I had a gobbler for lunch today. Of course you did. A gobbler is a sandwich that they make this time of year, and it's a Thanksgiving dinner on a hoagie roll, right? It's turkey and stuffing and gravy and cranberry, and you can get them warm, you can get them cold, you can get them
You can get them with
small,
mashed potatoes
giant.
on them.
Yes. I never knew that. I don't like the stuffing, but you would be the one who would ask it, you and Kevin. But
Yes, we would.
It's this thing here that, you know, going to Wawa for gobbler. Actually, I've been considering taking a little break at lunchtime and going out to one of the Wawas and getting one. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow. But yeah, it's kind of this gross but wonderful and tasty, you know, it's a million calories, but it's worth it.
And now Wawa's is spanning down to Florida
Yeah.
and a few other places, so it's going to invade.
Yeah. It's funny. So yeah, so there's what we did for Thanksgiving last year. The pumpkin ice cream I thought was the best thing because, again, it was a little amount. I didn't have to make a great big huge pie or cheesecake. I made a little bit of pumpkin ice cream. It lasted a few days. And then we had our ice cream fix. We only have ice cream 3 or 4 times a year, so that was a nice way to have it. And if you have an ice cream maker sitting in your basement or your attic or at the back of your pantry, well, consider taking it out, dusting it off, and making ice cream for Thanksgiving. Got more? I know there's more. Janice, I think I made more of a special meal for the dog and cat than I do for myself. Yeah, we're kind of guilty of that too. Always. Now, I think someone had asked me, what are we having this year? I thought I saw...
Yeah, that's all the way down towards the bottom, though this
Okay.
next one is really a great idea.
Okay. Stuart. It's just me in college and too far away to go home. Our dinner is via Zoom, and my mom sends a care package a few days before for me to heat up. Oh, that's sweet. Modern technology, you gotta love it. We didn't have stuff like that in my day, you know.
But we did do Zoom cocktail hours during the pandemic.
Yes, we did.
With lots of
I
friends.
miss them. Yeah. And we learned very quickly that it's quite amusing when you have drag queens and church ladies on the same Zoom call.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah. As we both take a swig from our wine.
And mine's almost empty again, just saying.
Yeah, well, pace yourself, dear, because I would like a proper
Oh, wait a
cocktail.
minute. You know, if I didn't know this was Sharon, I would, like,
What? This is Gina. What do you mean, Sharon?
well, read the thing and think about it.
Oh. Husband and I don't do much on Thanksgiving, but we are up at 5 a.m. for our Black Friday tradition with friends. Yeah, our priest, Sharon, our dear, dear friend, Sharon, and her twin sister, they get up at some ungodly hour. They have these special, like every year,
Pajamas.
these pajama outfits that they buy every year just to go out, and they go out shopping, and they do 99% of their Christmas shopping on Black Friday. You know, they are the ones standing outside the mall at 5 a.m. or outside whatever store they want to go to. I mean, good for them. I couldn't do it. I'm too busy sleeping in. But
No, you're too busy worrying about, oh, that crowd is way too big. You get nuts when there's more than
that's
4
true.
people in an aisle in your shop, right?
look, you know the rule. When I'm out shopping, no one else should be. Yeah, I do. I don't get crazed, but it's like, come on, people, I want to get through here, so fine, I'll go around. You know, when it's people standing in the aisle and they're having a kiki and they're just standing there catching up. They haven't seen each other since college, and they're blocking the aisles. And then there's the hapless husband on his cell phone with 17 bottles of mayonnaise. Like, just
So how about telling the story of a certain 10-year-old in a...
well, that doesn't really have. Okay, it's a funny story. We got a couple minutes. Because I can take Chicky out in a couple minutes anyway. I'm just gonna turn this off and let him sit there. And how do I cancel the timer? Okay, there we go. So many years ago, Phil and I were coming home from somewhere. I had just had a bad day. It was one of those days, you know the kind, you've had them. It may have been right before one of the holidays, but you know, where you just want to like jump out a window, just get away from it all. So we had to stop at our local ShopRite. And we didn't have anything for dinner, and I said, okay, I can do this. We're just going to run in together, get what we need, and run out. It's not busy, it's late, whatever. So we go in, and we get in the aisle, and there's the husband with the mayonnaise and the cell phone, and he's, you know, well, what kind should I buy? And you know, they had two brands. This is a very small shop, right? And it's like Hellmann's or Kraft. That's all you got to do. Pick one. It's not rocket science. So we get past that. We get to, it was just nonsense through the whole store. We get to frozen foods. You know, those aisles are nice and wide. And I thought, oh, good. I can center myself here. I can get through this. It's cool. There's no one down there. And I see at the far end of the aisle a man with a baby carriage. Oh, a little baby. So we get up there, and I get up, and I see it is not what I thought it was. The man, who was younger than me, just looked haggard. Just haggard. And then the wife, she was just at him, just, And he was just, yes, I'm sorry, yes, dear. And I looked down at the baby, who was actually like 10 or 11 in this stroller. Her like butt was almost on the ground, pushing through, and she was talking, guess what, on a cell phone. And I turned to him and I said, leave the cart and get me the blankety blank out of here right now before I lose my blank. And he did. He said, okay, and he left the cart right there, and off we went. And I don't know what happened after that. I don't remember now, but yeah. The little 10-year-old, and she was not anyway special needs or anything. I recognized her from seeing her around town, and it's like, yeah, okay, I need to go home and drink. All right, Jason. I'm cooking a romantic dinner for my boyfriend, and I'm going to pop the question. Any advice on the... Wow, congratulations. Well, I hope your boyfriend is not watching, first of all, because you may have just spoiled your surprise. That's exciting. We don't do anything romantic like that anymore, dear. Is that because we're like coming up on 24 years?
We've been at this for 24 years, so
Still.
we get kind of bored. It's also hard to surprise you after 24 years.
Well, that's true. Likewise.
Oh, look who's on.
Hi, Cindy. Yay! Thank you for being on today.
Oh, I haven't built the list yet, and we got
Oh.
a few more people.
Okay,
So
well.
let me put my note back up here.
Yeah, because it's 20 after
Yeah.
4. Anyway,
and
let
you
me
need to
let me
cut-
answer his question. You do that. Let me answer his question. Let me think about this. So, if I were doing a romantic Thanksgiving dinner, I might start. I keep it simple, but elegant. I might start with a soup course. Maybe something offhand, like I would probably make my roasted tomato soup. Because you don't expect tomato soup on Thanksgiving. Ooh, it's wonderful. It's light but warming. I might see if I could get just a single turkey breast from my supermarket, where they cut it off, have him leave the skin on if you can. And if you're able to grill it, that would be nice. Nice grill. Don't overcook it, right? Grill it. Then maybe serve it with some grilled vegetables or stuffing. You could make like a little bit of chestnut stuffing with it. You could do the Brussels sprout salad. You want to keep it light. For dessert, I might splurge and go to a bakery for dessert because you want it to be special. And I've learned, especially with events like that, He's not going to remember everything you fed him. He'll remember dessert, and he's going to remember how he felt that you made this meal, how you made him feel as he was experiencing that. So this might be a case where you go to the bakery, do it now, order some really nice pastries, see what they have, talk to the bakery people and the pastry chefs, because they might recommend something. And of course, end it with some very good champagne, the best you can afford. Hi, Robin. We love you too.
We missed
We do. We'll
we missed
see
you at Halloween.
but we'll see you in a couple weeks. That's awesome. Hey, Jack and Keith. We're glad you're here.
Well, we don't have a lot of people volunteering where they're from, but let's
that's all
at least go through them. So we got Russ in Sewell, New Jersey, and then we have Joe and Peggy from Exton, Pennsylvania. And of course, at that point, the map is a little... Let's see if I can blow this map up a little bit.
You can do it.
There we go.
Oh, yeah.
And
These are
then we
looking good.
have Washington, North Carolina. And then we have, now that one I'm going to have to zoom out for because I have no idea where that one is. Oh, there
live
it
in
is.
Bangkok,
Wow,
Thailand.
look. Oh, nope.
can't
Sorry.
see.
No, it's just the way the map came out.
Oh.
So it didn't pick it up. Oh, well.
Okay. But watching from young, my visiting family live in Bangkok, Thailand with my husband, and we have binged your live stream on YouTube. Thank you, Lynn. That is wonderful. Wow, Thailand. I'd like to go there someday. Especially
All right.
Bangkok.
Let's get rid of the map.
Okay, get rid of the map. So our chickies are out. And I'm sure they're done. If not, well, we'll risk
So
it.
let's split them, have some salad.
Let
it's
me
hunger
dish it
time.
out. I will just dish you out a whole chickie, dear. But this is a very late lunch or a very early dinner because we did not have lunch.
And I have an empty wine glass again.
Okay, but well, too bad because when we're done this, I would see that. See, now he's choking. See, God will get you for that, Walter. See, I would like.
Oh boy.
Yeah, see what I live with? So, you okay?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would like a proper cocktail tonight. If it's all the same to you, and I really don't want to. All right, let's get those extra juices out. We'll give you a chickie.
No, can you split it? That way you can have some salad with it.
Well, I was going to give you some salad, but I'll split it if you want.
Yeah, split it and let's have both have
Then
half.
let me do the smaller one because I am so afraid. I know in the center, if the bone is still red, it's fine. But, you know, people get upset, and we've had some weird hate mail lately. That's not what you should do, blah, blah, blah. All right. Oh, it's here. Little chickie, right down. All right.
Yeah, it's perfectly done.
Yes. Yes, it is perfectly cooked. Beautiful. All right. Oops. So I will give you half a little chickie. And I'll give myself half a little chickie on my dirty wet cutting board now. So here's a tip with turkeys, if you're cooking a turkey, or even chickies, and I did not do it this time, but I should have. A lot of times, I start them out upside down, like that. Why? First of all, it gets this skin crispier, and it cooks this part, and it has the juices all flowing into the breast. And then, halfway through, you flip it back over, and all the juices are up in the breast. It cooks, it's nice and moist. There's still plenty of time to get all this color. And then you don't have the flibbity-flabbity stuff on the end, on the bottom. All right. I'll dish you out a little bit of salad. And I'll dish out myself a little bit of
With
salad.
just the right amount of wine and a nice dessert, this is going to be good enough Thanksgiving for two.
It could be. Or 3 or 4, right? I said I had more stuff to put in the salad. have a little bacon. Why not? Right? A little crispy bacon or just cooked bacon. There we go. And you're going to need a knife and fork, aren't you? Oh.
You're going to make me come and get it, huh?
No, I'll deliver, dear. You can't manage sipping a glass of wine without choking, so I don't.
Really?
Great idea. Flip it halfway. We'll have to tell my personal chef. All right, let me make sure the bottom of this is not wet with turkey juice or chicken juice.
All right, I'll
whatever
come
it is.
get it.
No, I'm here. All right,
You're going to deliver it? Yeah.
Yes, I said that. I said that. So put the camera on you.
Hold on.
You love being on camera too.
Oh, I do?
Yes, yes, you do.
Well, when someone's handing me food,
Yes, dear. There you go.
yay.
Good bear. And
And for perspective, my desk where all the controls are on the other side of the room, opposite the TV studio. So there's a little bit of distance.
well, it's not that big of a room. It's not like you're over where the bar is, but yeah, it's. All right, so here's our little, if we were doing a little baby Thanksgiving. By the way, Keith will be 71 on Tuesday. Wow, I had no idea. Well, we're glad you're both here anyway. And Cindy, Camo, you guys too. We're glad you're both here. Cindy and Tristan. All right, I also want to try the salad. I'll eat the chicken later. Let's try the salad. So I didn't see Phil and Dixie. Oh, that's pretty good.
Nice and crunchy.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I like all the stuff in it. You get lots of flavors and textures, and they all go together.
And of course, it's got bacon.
Well,
The sprouts are nice and crispy.
right. I'm not a cook who puts bacon in everything, but once in a while, it's nice to have a little bacon or something wrapped in bacon.
I got to put you on the spot here because
Okay.
we didn't decide what the next live stream
Yes,
is.
we did.
Oh, we did? Okay.
Did you all catch that eye roll? Did you hear it? Yes, dear, we did.
So
We had the conversation on the ride home last night and again this morning. You don't remember.
you were being chastised.
Of course you can't see us. This is the internet. Duh. Well, I'm glad to know you're here, guys. And I have to wonder, Dixie, what are you both having for Thanksgiving? I hope it's reservations. Cindy, I felt that out. Good, thank you. Yeah, you know. So our next live stream, because it's getting to be that time, next live stream, well, it's going to be in December. What do we do in December? We bake cookies.
Oh,
Holiday
that's right.
cookies. Whether you celebrate Christmas, Hanukkah, whatever else. There's dozens of holidays this time of year. It's wonderful. And so many of our traditions have cookies. So we're going to do some exploring of some of these cookies. We'll be baking some here. I will tell you about my tradition. Besides, you know, the one most important tradition for Christmas. And I have it here. This is the first one of the season. Here we go. Yes, Scottish shortbread. Yeah, we will be talking about shortbread and other cookies. I would love to hear from all of you watching today. Please be on again in 2 weeks. We'd love to hear, or tell us ahead of time. What do you do? Do you bake cookies? What did you grow up with having? Chocolate chip cookies, etc., etc., etc. Now, Scottish, you want to talk about that, dear? Because you know the numbers better than I do.
Yep. So to be a little self-serving, Scottish shortbread is at 99,203. In 700 views, it will be 100,000, which will be our first 100,000 view video. So if you haven't watched it, watch it or
Yes.
tell all your friends.
Yes.
Because it'd be really cool if by our next live stream, which would
Yeah.
be Christmas, if we can announce that we have a 100,000 view video. It is one of our older format videos, so it's a little slow, but it was really popular.
And I'm still getting comments on it. You talk too much. More cooking. Whatever. But yes, we have a very special bottle of champagne, real champagne that we are saving, and we just need. Yes, Robin. We'll have some when we see you next. We're saving the champagne for that 100,000 view. So I'd really like to enjoy it soon. So help us out. What else is coming up for LCTV? We're just crazy. So we have a lot of, in our notes, the way we do things, we have all kinds of episodes all ready to go. The recipes, the measurements, everything. It's just a matter of us getting our butts in gear and coming down here to the studio and filming them. And we always say, okay, well, we'll do it Saturday. And then Saturday we're here, there, everywhere. Okay, we'll do it Sunday. Oh wait, it's live stream and we're gonna be exhausted. All right, we'll do it Monday night. And then Monday night we say, okay, we'll do it after dinner. And then we have drinks and dinner and we put our feet up. 5 more minutes. And then, you know.
We were supposed to film yesterday and put up Christmas decorations. What did we do? We went to Lowe's and picked out cabinets because we're building a butler's pantry because, you know, we don't have enough kitchen space.
Mr. Brennan, we will be, and Kevin, we will be having discussions about that butler's pantry. We have options, but yeah. We may be requiring both of your services once we get the final numbers back of what it might cost us. So anyway, so we have lots of episodes planned for you. Appetizers coming up, a lot of appetizers because it's holiday time. We're all entertaining or we're going to a party. Maybe you want to take something. I've got lots of cocktails that are coming up, including a very fun, delicious one called a poinsettia. Perfect for Christmas. So that will be coming out too. You'll be seeing more cocktail episodes over the next couple weeks. Again, any of the local peeps who want to come over and help us test some of these recipes or be here while we film, that's great. Oh, Abby, what are you planning on making for your holiday dinner? Okay, I was waiting for this. I knew someone had written and asked. So this year, for Thanksgiving, we're going to start with a happy hour. Now, we do Thanksgiving and every holiday like a dinner party. This year, there's only 8 of us. I was originally planning 16 plus. Things changed, so there's only 8, which is fine. That's like my zone for dinner parties. So we're going to start with cocktails and mocktails because we have teenagers coming, and I have a very special mocktail for them that they can have in a martini glass. With that, we're going to, and we'll have beers and things for the people who drink beers. With that, we're going to have the smoked salmon mousse canapes that I talked about earlier. That could be an episode you'll be seeing in a couple weeks. Devil's on Horseback, which I mentioned. Blue cheese stuffed in the date, wrapped in bacon. I mean, how bad can that be? I'm going to do cheese puffs, and I don't mean the orange cheesy poofs, those things. No, these are little, warm, fluffy bundles of cheesy lightness that are like bite-sized and yeah. Easy to make, but they'll be good. I'm trying to keep it light. So that's the 3 appetizers. There's going to be portion control. I'm not going to make 6 dozen cheese puffs and then have everyone fill up on them. No, I'll make 1 dozen. Dinner, of course, we're going to have the roast turkey with jibble gravy. And yes, my turkey is what, 4 pounds?
22, it's still defrosting?
Yes, it is already defrosting because I took it out 4 days ago. Took it out on Thursday.
We haven't had anybody said, when do you take a turkey out? So.
Yeah, so hopefully everyone's listening to me. Of course, we'll have that. We'll have buttermilk mashed potatoes. We're making chestnut stuffing. It's delicious. I made a test batch, and stuffing is my thing. Phil and his family, for them it's mashed potatoes. I couldn't care less about mashed potatoes. Give me the stuffing. And I really like this chestnut stuffing that I made up.
The irony is, until a couple of our viewers brought it up in a video, we'd never had chestnut stuffing.
I think my mom made it maybe once or twice, and I knew about it. It just was not in, it was back here. It wasn't in the front here. And then someone mentioned it, and I looked it up, and it's like this trending thing this year, chestnut stuffing. So why not? I'm also going to make a corn pudding, Sagakamat. It's an Ina Garten recipe. I'm using her recipe. I will give her a shout out in our little audience. She is one of my culinary heroes. So I'm making her corn pudding recipe. If you don't know what corn pudding is, it's delicious. And I may be working on taking her recipe and making my own out of it, which would be an episode. But it's this delicious casserole thing, and it's just wonderful. It's better than just plain old corn. With that, we have roasted Brussels sprouts with pomegranate. So we've got some carbs, we've got some veg, we've got the turkey. Now, we have, fortunately, our wine cellars overflowing right now, especially with the stuff from Lansing Ken. So thank you again, Lansing Ken, for bringing our wine home. So we'll have a selection of wines. And for dessert, of course, we're going to have pumpkin pie and Scottish shortbread, along with champagne, cognac, Di-Serono on it, whatever we want.
You're going to disappoint the grandkids if there's not pita bread. Just saying.
There could still be PD bread. I know I had a special request for it, and I am off the day before Thanksgiving, so we'll see, dear. Santa's watching, so everyone needs to be good little husbands and grandchildren and sons and daughter-in-laws and granddaughters. And so that is our menu. It's kind of traditional, but little tweaks here and there. My kids love Brussels sprouts. Sounds delicious. I am so happy to hear that, Peggy, because a lot of kids don't. A lot of people don't. And to me, they're just like little cabbages. They're wonderful. That's how my mom got us to eat them. She would convince us they were little cabbages. She would drown them in butter. And so we were just eating these little sweet buttery things. We had no idea. So that's that.
Right,
And we
we're
are
actually
over time
over time
now.
for James,
Wow.
yeah.
I feel like we could keep going, but...
That's okay. And actually, somebody commented on our new background here for a split screen.
Oh, nice.
It's kind of fun.
Yeah.
I'm trying to change things up a little bit.
For the holidays. Now, we will be decorated for Christmas when you get back. I don't know where these came from. They just appeared in the wine glass rack the other day. Brussels sprouts are delicious. Yes, Robin. Things happen weird around here at LG Manor, It's Halloween, and all of a sudden Thanksgiving stuff just starts appearing. And then I'm still putting Halloween bins away and Christmas stuff is appearing. So I don't know. I don't get it, but who am I to question?
And I've got a 25-foot tree out front. We're going to try to put lights on the top of it.
Yes, Kevin, you may be called into service for that too.
Oh, hold on. We have a request here.
Okay. What is your favorite stuffing recipe? Generally, usually, any type of stuffing recipe. I usually tend to go for something with sausage in it, like an herb stuffing or a cornbread stuffing with sausage in it. But this chestnut stuffing that I made up, I'll tell you, it's pretty nifty, and that might be my new favorite. But I other than oyster stuffing, I'm not that big of a fan of oysters and stuffing. But other than that, I have not yet met a stuffing I haven't liked.
Interesting.
The usual payment will suffice. Yes. Not prime rib, though. Dinner, yes. Not prime rib. Kegerator. Yeah, Kev, that's fine. We'll work it out. There's no ladders involved. It's just I don't feel like... Yeah, we'll figure it out.
A 25-foot fiberglass painter's pole with a giant hook on the end.
Right. So, shall we wrap this up? Wow, we went 10 minutes over. Shall we wrap this up?
Yes, we should.
All right. Well, thank you all for joining us, all of you on Facebook, on YouTube, from all over the world. Thank you so much. And we hope you all, whether you celebrate it or not, but still, have a happy Thanksgiving. And we will see you next time. So cheers with this empty wine glass.